Selling on Amazon is doomed to die eventually, because what Amazon is going to do is they are going to look at your sales data and they are going to take over all successful products because they have the bankroll to do so. They are going to control the distribution. You are not going to be able to actually win the buy box, or they are going to let some brands actually hold the buy box 95%, 97% of the buy box on a lot of ASINs, and there's no way for you to compete as an online arbitrage seller or a wholesale seller. This is a statement that you see a lot of people making, whether it is beginners or whether it is people that actually have been doing wholesale for a little while. This is what we are going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to give you my advice because I read a comment that is 1 month old that did not show, and I'm sorry, I just hit my mic, that did not show in my comments. For some reason, some comments do not show. I read all comments, and I used to answer all comments, but I've been busy the last few weeks, and so I always take one day every 2 to 3 weeks to look at all comments and reply. But this comment I did not show up in my comment section on Amazon, and so I wanted to read it to you and tell you what I think about it. Disclaimer: I'm going to talk a little bit about wholesale. I do not have a whole lot of knowledge about wholesale, but I know a little, and so take everything that I'm going to say about wholesale. Just know that I may make some mistakes when I talk about wholesale because I'm not operating wholesale at a huge level. But I have some understanding of how Amazon works, about how the supply chain works, all that stuff, and this is what I'm going to use to answer those questions and tell you what I think. So before I actually read you the comments that this guy left on the channel, there's 2 links in the description for you. First one, Discord server, and it's actually the second one. If you want to run this on Amazon, you need to network. Best way to do it: join the Discord server. Talk to people, engage with the community. You will receive it 10 times. You will receive 10 times what you put in the community. The other link that you're going to find is for one-on-one coaching. If you need someone to actually help you scale with online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, link in the description. Book a call with me where I'm going to build a plan for you and show you what you need to do to reach your goals, all right? Because I did it before you did it. So yeah, these are the 2 links that you want to look at, and let's dive into the video. So what this guy said, it's at THNKLAA. He said, and I'm going to look on my left because this is where my screen is, okay? So he said, the problem about Amazon is that their business model is shifting from relying on third-party sellers to allowing brands to monopolize and price fixing the price of products, and Amazon monopolizing the distribution of products. I invested $40,000 into a $100 skincare product on Amazon, and Amazon peeking from my sales data about the product from the brand owner and monopolized the 97% of the buy box and 99% of the search page placement in the past month because my clicks on ads plummeted. I have to pay $4.75, and then he talks about his cost and stuff like that, so this is not interesting for this video. But yeah, so basically he's saying that the problem, like to paraphrase, he says that Amazon is starting to not rely on third-party sellers anymore, and they'd rather directly work with brands and monopolize the distribution of those products. So I have a couple of things to say about this. First of all, regarding the second paragraph, he said that he invested $40,000 into a $100 skincare product. First of all, so this guy is doing wholesale. First of all, if you are spending $40,000 in one SKU, you'd better, like, if you're spending that kind of money when you place orders on one product, you're better to actually work to find distribution deals. I'm sorry, exclusivity deals, because if you spend that much money, you need to have some sort of competitive advantage. And so this is what you need to choose if you are spending that amount of money on specific SKU, on just one SKU. So it's always going to be, yes, Amazon is going to sell products, is going to partner with brands, but there are some stuff that you can do better than Amazon is doing. And there's always going to be space in any single industry for people that can actually find pockets to. There's a lot of money that can be made. So If Amazon was to do this for each category, like for the 100,000 best-selling products on each category, and they wanted to spend $40,000 per order, so it's going to be for $4 billion per category. So it does not really make sense for them to do this. Amazon is not going to stop relying on third-party sellers because they want to sell everything, and they want everything to be sold on their website, right? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. And it is way too much risk for them to actually take over the distribution of every single product that is selling on their platform, right? So there's always going to be space for you to actually sell and make money. The way you do it may change over time. It's the same thing with everything, but there's always going to be space for you to actually make money. So there's always going to be space for third-party sellers to actually make money. Also, for brands, it does not make sense. Amazon is not going to get exclusivity deals with every single brand that sells on Amazon. And same thing, every single brand is not going to start managing this extra sales channel that Amazon is. Because if you have a lot of SKU, it's actually not easy to manage. There's a reason why, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Because, when you said that Amazon is working with brands and allowing brands to actually monopolize the buy box and stuff like that, every single brand is not going to come and sell themselves on Amazon. All right, it's not, for some brands it's not worth it. It's too much work, and there's a reason why brands like Nike, Adidas, I think Adidas at one point actually sold on Amazon, but I'm not 100% sure. But there's a reason why those brands, it's not working for those brands. Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, Puma. There's a reason why those brands do not sell on Amazon. There's a reason why huge wholesale companies like Pharma Packs, if you've been selling for Amazon in a while, you know this company Pharma Packs that used to sell a lot of products in the OTC category. There's a reason why these brands close, is because when you run at such a huge scale, there's some stuff that is really hard to manage. All right, even for huge companies like this who have a lot of bankroll. And it's the same thing in other industries. So let's just take the marketing industry. There's a reason why companies such as Nike, stuff like that, actually contract outside companies to actually take care of their marketing, because they have just so much shit to take care of, and they cannot take care of everything. Right? It is not possible. All right, it's not possible to first get the best talent in every single thing that you can do in your business. It's not, it's just not working. This is why you actually hire an agency. And it's the exact same thing with Amazon, all right? It's not worth it for Nike to actually start taking care of this sales channel that is Amazon. It's a lot of work. They have a lot of SKU. And it's the exact same thing for other brands. For other brands, it can be an headache. And this is when you can actually come and actually take care of, getting an exclusivity deals and taking care of that sales channel for this company. So there's always going to be space. Yes, Amazon is going to work with some brands, all right? Amazon is going to work with some brands, it's going to work for them, but they cannot do it for every single brand. So there's always going to be space for people that actually know what they are doing. Now, talking about arbitrage, it's the exact same thing. Brands like Nike, brands like Adidas, brands like, and even some cosmetic brands, they do not have the means to actually do it themselves, right? And especially brands with huge offering, they do not have the means to actually start selling on Amazon, start taking care of that sales channel that Amazon is by themselves, because they have to take care of their own sales channel, right? Their own website, their own distribution thing, their own supply chain. They need to take care of all that, all right? And if they have like brick and mortar stores, they need to take care of that also. So it's their priority, because this is what you need to understand, that you do not build a brand on Amazon. It's just an extra sales channel. You need to build your brand outside Amazon to actually be able to get sales on Amazon. It's a lot of work to build a brand, to manage your brand with your own sales channel. You cannot be a brand and just sell on. You cannot be a huge brand, and this is what I need to say. You cannot be a huge brand like Nike, like, I don't know, like Kylie Cosmetic, I'm just making stuff up, like a Fenty Beauty, and sell exclusively on Amazon, all right? You need to take care of your own distribution channel. You need to build your own distribution channel, and actually taking care of an extra distribution channel, such as Amazon, such as eBay, such as whatever, is not worth it. You really need to understand this. It is not worth it. And because of that, there's always going to be space for third-party sellers. And of course, if a brand is selling, this is the thing that you need to realize, because if you are a brand owner, of course you would want this. But if you are selling on Amazon as a brand owner, if you sell your own brand on Amazon, of course you should be the priority when it comes to winning the buy box. Of course, Amazon is going to give them the priority. Of course, if you were in this case, you'd want it to be this way. Of course, you'd want to boot people from your listings if you actually sell on Amazon yourself. But there's always going to be brands that do not sell on Amazon, that do not want to do this because it's a lot of work. And this is where your space is. You are not supposed to sell every single product. Yes, you are going to make mistakes. Yes, you are going to buy some products that Amazon is going to jump on. But they are not going to jump on every single product, and there's ways to actually find small niches in which you can actually jump. If you do online arbitrage, you know that you're not going to sell every single product, because some products the brands sell them. Some brands issue IP alerts, IP complaints. Some brands do not want resellers to actually. Because they want to protect their brand image, they have minimum pricing policies, and so it does not mean that there's no opportunities. There's opportunities, even if it's 10% of all the products that sell on Amazon. It's a huge amount, and it's way more than that, by the way. But it's already a huge amount of products that you can actually make money on. And so, yes, of course, there are some products that you are not going to be able to sell, but there's a lot of products that you are going to be able to sell and that you are going to be able to make money on. So focus on those. Even if the number is decreasing, there's always going to be new brands. And I'm not even sure that the number is actually decreasing because, as I said, it's not worth it for the brands. It's not worth it for Amazon to take care of all their product offering, of all the product offerings that exist, and because it's too much risk, too much money. And they'd rather have third-party sellers. This is the big thing. For Amazon, they'd rather have third-party sellers actually selling those products because they are not taking the risk. They are still making money whether you sell the products or you are not selling the products. So why would they stop doing it this way? They are still making money anyways. If you do not sell the product, you are still going to pay like storage fees. All right? So they're still making their money. This is what you need to understand. So there's always going to be a place for third-party sellers. But it's not going to stop being more competitive. It's going to be more competitive. So this is why you need to start now, by the way, to start building your bankroll, because it's going to be more and more and more competitive. And especially if you do wholesale, it's just going to keep getting more competitive because, you need more money to get into it and to actually build a moat around your business and to actually have some competitive advantage. So the best time to start is now. There's still space for new sellers, for beginners, for noobs to actually make money. People that are they're still, and it's really far away from being actually, how to say this, from actually being saturated. It's still super far away because for online arbitrage, and I said this in a previous video, and I'll make a video tomorrow, maybe on the subject of this week, on is online arbitrage saturated. It's still super easy to find inventory and to buy inventory, all right, if you do online arbitrage. With wholesale, you can already, you do not need a huge amount of money to actually be able to compete and jump profitably on some products. There are some low-hanging fruits that you can actually start your business with. But it is not going to stop being more competitive. In 10 years, it's going to be way more competitive, and so start building your knowledge, start building start building your competitive advantage, your bankroll, and so that way in 10 years you can actually compete. Do not stop improving. You need to keep improving if you want to keep making money, because the business is going to change, all right? And you are going to need to be way more sharp than you are right now if you want to survive in this environment. And this is true for every single thing, all right? So I hope this video was helpful. I released a video on, I'll talk a little bit about Amazon and saturation in terms of this video. But yeah, if you want to learn more about Amazon, keep watching these videos. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff as usual. Thank you for watching.